everybody. So thank you for joining me again on another episode, I guess, of Switching in the Kitchen. I'm switching. I'm in my kitchen. We about to cook. So happy Cinco de Mayo. Except that it was yesterday. So like I was gonna really come on here and just be like, this the Cinco de Mayo meal. And it is, except that today is the 6th of May and not the 5th of May. But it's okay because it's in honor of Cinco de Mayo. So in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I am going to make a vegan Mexican dish, vegan taco lasagna. I've made it a few times before. It's really, really good. Really good. So I'm gonna let y'all watch me make it and we're gonna go from there. So to start off, let me tell you about the ingredients.
Okay, well, for the ingredients, we're going to use tricolored peppers, onions, doesn't matter which kind, pico de gallo, shredded cabbage, corn tortillas, cauliflower crumbles, rotel tomatoes, red enchilada sauce, nor Spanish rice, frozen corn, vegan sour cream, and lots of vegan cheese, whichever flavors you happen to like. The seasonings we're going to use are McCormick Perfect Pinch Vegetable Seasoning, Mrs. Dash, these are all salt-free, Southwest Chipotle, lemon pepper, original, table blend, garlic and herb, and then we're also going to use cumin and smoked paprika. For the margaritas, we're going to use margarita mix, ginger ale, frozen fruit of your choice. I chose strawberries and pineapples, and Reming salt, whatever flavor you choose.
Okay, so we are going to turn. We have a big skillet here. I'm trying to try and keep it so that meat and the pan are in the shot. Anyways, so we're going to turn some heat on. And to start off, I have a really big skillet. You're going to need a big skillet for the filling, right? We're going to start with our peppers and onions. Well, we're going to put some oil in here. You can use any kind of spray that you use. I have non-stick canola. So we're going to let our skillet heat up just a little bit. And in addition to this vegan taco lasagna that we're making, we're also going to make some Spanish rice to go on the side. And we're going to make some virgin margaritas. Yep, I said it. Virgin margaritas. So I'm going to let this skillet warm up. And the first thing we're going to start cooking is our peppers and onions. So I have these. Listen, I ain't chop them. The store chops them. You can buy them and chop them yourself. But I feel like doing it. And in the words of my auntie, Miss Tabitha Brown, that's my business. I ain't feel like doing it, so I ain't do it. The store chop them just as good as I can. When you get that, let me get some seasonings. All of these seasonings. Bring all of these over here. I'm normally working over there when I cook, but I needed y'all to be able to see the stove. So, let's see. It's starting to heat up. Spray. I want to spray it really good because you definitely don't want this to stick. So I'm putting a lot of spray in there, right? And we're going to go ahead. And these are red, orange, yellow, and green bell peppers. So you want to eat with your eyes. Like you want the food to look colorful. See how pretty that is? So we're going to go ahead and put some of those down in the thing. You know what? Let me put that whole container in there. That'll work. Put those down in there. And then I have some purple onion, red onion, whichever one you want to call it. I think the technical thing is red onion, but it's purple. So, whatever. So, I'm going to put that onion in there as well. Let that get started. And then I like to build the flavor, right? So, if you season at like all the layers of the food, then you're going to have flavor in all the levels of the food. So, these vegetables, this is my favorite vegetable seasoning. See, it is the McCormick Perfect Pinch Vegetable Seasoning. This does have a little bit of salt in it, but it is so good. I have not met a vegetable yet that this does not taste good on. And I'm talking Brussels sprouts, broccoli, green beans, corn, potatoes, greens, spinach. If it's a vegetable, this is it. Now, McCormick, y'all been acting a little funny. Like, I've been on the hunt. So, I need y'all to bring it on back. Because I be hunting for it. And when I find it, I buy a bunch of them. Because y'all be acting funny. Stop acting funny. This stuff works good on your food. Make it good. So, I'm going to go ahead and season these veggies. I'm just going to season till the ancestors say that's enough, baby. And they just said it. Alright, so I'm going to put some of that in there, mix it around a little bit. And then I have some Mrs. Dash. Pretty much everything else that I'm going to use is salt free, right? So this is the Southwest Chipotle. So we're going to put a little bit of that in that. Just a little bit. And this has chili peppers, chipotle, thyme, cumin, parsley, a whole bunch of wonderfulness is in there. And then I'm going to use a little bit of garlic and herb because I'm not actually going to put garlic in here, but I do want the garlic flavor. So a little bit of the garlic and herb. And then these are my staples. The table blend, I'll put a little bit of that in there. And the original, I'm going to put a little bit of this in there. And because I like lemon, I put lemon flavor in almost everything. So it's a little bit of lemon pepper. And then a little bit of cumin. I know it seems like it's a lot of seasoning, right? But you want a lot of flavor, you use a lot of seasoning. And we're not using salt. So you can use as much seasoning as you want because you can't over season when there's no salt. So we're going to go ahead and let that get to doing what it does. Stir it around, make sure everything is happy and it's looking all pretty and stuff. And it is. So, I have these Cauliflower Crumbles, veggie ground. So this is basically cauliflower. Canadian yellow split peas, cauliflower, red pepper, sunflower seeds, coconut oil, onion, salt, garlic, tomato powder, black pepper, smoked paprika, and less than 1% of yeast extract and liquid smoke, right? But when you open this up, and I got this from Winco, and of course there's going to be a full list of the description of all of the ingredients down in the description box. See how it looks, right? So we're just going to cut this open. And we're going to put this down in there. And it's going to give our dish a meatier texture. But again, this is all plant-based. No meat will be used in this dish. Got that. And comes in this little chunk, and then you just kind of break it up. Alright. And then I need to get this. Here we go. So I also use shredded cabbage. And this kind of gives it like, so that's more like ground meat. When this is in there, it's more like a shredded chicken flake. Like, I can't explain, but that's the kind of texture it gives. So I'm going to put in some of this shredded angel hair coleslaw is what it is. It's just shredded cabbage. We're going to put some of that in. the bag. 2 big heaping handfuls of it. There we go. Mix that in a little bit. Let it get some love. And now is when we're going to put in our frozen corn. This is the honey roasted sweet corn. It just gives it another little flavor. Like, you can break it up a little bit. Now, because this is frozen, it's going to bring your temperature down some when you're cooking, and that's okay. Open that up. And put that right on in as well. Now, we done put a lot of stuff in here since the last time we seasoned. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to season it again. That's exactly what we're going to do. You're right. Now, the corn, because it's frozen, as it thaws out, it's going to let out the moisture, the water from it being frozen. And then cabbage has a really high water content as well. So it's going to start releasing that juice and that moisture. And so we just want to make sure, we don't want it to bland down our food, right? So we're going to add a little bit more seasoning. Put a little bit of that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this smoked paprika. Just a little bit. And a little bit of this cumin. Right? And then a little bit of this Southwest Chipotle. There we go. And a little bit of the garlic too. I'm just gonna mix it up. Turn my heat down a little bit. I don't want it to overcook. All right. Okay. Now, while that's cooking, I have this enchilada sauce. I'm going to open up this can. And get a separate bowl. Got my bowl. And I'm going to pour about half of this can of sauce into this bowl. And then I'm going to get my vegan sour cream. And I'm going to put some of that in with this. Where's my spoon? Here we go. Put some vegan sour cream in. There we go. Here, y'all can see what I'm doing. And we're just going to mix that together. And we want to put some cheese in here because we want it to get all melty and gooey and all of that stuff. So, I have, this is the Follow Your Heart cheddar. I'm going to put the rest of that packaging in. And some mozzarella. These were already open, so I'm just going to use the rest of those. And then I'm going to use the Daya. I'm using what I already had left before I opened up the new ones. This one is cheddar and mozzarella blend together. So I'm going to add all of this cheese in there. So that it can start melting and getting all good. And then the rest of this sour cream, enchilada sauce that we have, we're going to pour that in here as well. There we go. gonna mix it all together. Doesn't it look good, y'all? And it doesn't take long at all because it's all vegetables, right? It doesn't take long at all to cook. Now, let me clean up some of this stuff I got over here in my way. So, I'm going to let that hang out. We got it on low heat. Turn it down just a little bit more. And while we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and get our rice started. So, for the rice, very simple. We're literally just going to use some of the Nor Fiesta side Spanish rice. We're going to dress it up just a little bit. And go ahead, put that in there. And because we're keeping this vegan, we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. And we're going to add our water. Now, to add a little extra to it, I have a can of Rotel Tomatoes. I'm just going to open this up. And I'm going to drain it. I don't want that juice in there. Okay. There we go. I'm going to dump that right in there with our rice. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of cheese. There we go. I'll turn that on and let that start cooking. So as you can see, this is just about done. So now it's time to put it together. Okay, so now it's time to start putting together our lasagna. So we have some corn tortillas. Go ahead and get those opened up. And take out a couple of them. So mini cutting sheet here. And we're going to cut off the end. Just like that. So we can have a straight piece, right? So we're going to take some of our mixture. We have our baking pan. We're going to take some of our sour cream and enchilada sauce mixture. And we're going to spread some of it down in the bottom of our pan. Not a lot. Just to give the bottom of our pan a little moisture. And this is a non-stick pan, so don't really have to worry about that. A bit more. See, a very thin layer just across the bottom, right? And then we're going to take these tortillas that we cut the edges off, and we're going to line those along the edge of the pan so that there's a straight edge, right? Just like that. And then we're going to take these extra pieces and put them in the cracks. See? Then we're going to take one more tortilla and put it right there in the middle. So now the whole bottom of our pan basically is covered. Okay, and then we're gonna take our mixture and we're gonna put a layer in on top of the tortillas. And just spread it out. Y'all, this smells so good. So we have a layer of that in. Now we're gonna add a layer of cheese on top of that. And I'm gonna mix the cheese. I have some of the Follow Your Heart cheddar. And this is the Chow brand. Technical difficulties. Okay, problem solved. I'm gonna put some of that all over the top, just like that. Oh, it looks so good, y'all. See? So there's our first layer, and now we're just gonna build from there. I'm going to put tortillas in. And put some of our sauce on top of the tortillas. So now we have all of our layers in, right? We're gonna top this whole thing with cheese. We're just gonna cover the entire top with cheese. And then, for the finishing touch, Pico de Gallo. Let's open this up. I can get it open. And we're just going to spread this all across the top. Tell me, isn't that beautiful? So this whole thing is going to go in the oven. Now I'm going to cover it because I don't want our cheese to burn, right? So I'm going to cover it with foil first. Let me grab a piece of foil. So I have the oven set. Well, I preheated it to 400. I'm going to drop it down to 350. And we're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes. That way, the cheese is going to get all melty and gooey and yummy. And let's go ahead and put it in the oven. I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes. There we go. So while we're waiting for that to cook, we're going to go ahead and do a little cleanup and get ready to make these margaritas. Okay, it's margarita time. Virgin margarita time. So I have my little blender and my little cup, and then I have some cups, and so we're going to go ahead and get started, right? So we're going to start with frozen fruit. Now you can use fresh fruit and then put ice in it. I just rather use frozen fruit because it's already cold. So I have some frozen pineapple chunks and some frozen strawberries. I'm going to put some of these. A couple strawberries. Pineapples. Right in there. Okay. And then we're going to add some margarita mix, non-alcoholic. Not that much. And we're going to add a little bit of ginger ale. Give the suds time to settle down. Then we're going to screw the top on. And blend. That's it, man. Now grab our lime and cut that. So there we go. We got this one cut. We're going to cut this one as well in the middle. And get this little plate. And I have our little sugar, salt stuff. Open that up. I'm going to pour some on our little plate right here. And get our glass. I'm going to use the lime to wet the rim of the glass, just like that. And then dip it. I'm going to roll it around in there. And then I'll take our margarita. Pour it inside. and garnish with our other wedge of lime. There it is. There's our virgin margarita. Doesn't it look good? I think we should try it. That's good. That's really good. Just like a margarita. Without the alcohol. Okay, so after the 15 minutes, take the foil off, put it back in, let it cook for a little while longer. And when it comes out, this is what you get. Look at that. Cheese is melted. It's hot and bubbly. All of that wonderfulness. So, let's put some on a plate. Cut a piece out just like this. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. It looks so good. And then our rice. This is that Spanish rice that we did. Added some Rotel tomatoes and green chilies, some vegan cheese, and then I also added the last little bit of that sauce, that enchilada sauce and sour cream that we had in here. I added the rest of that in here. See that? I'll put some of that on a plate. Now, you can top this however you want. You can leave it like this. You don't have to add any toppings. You can add sour cream, vegan sour cream. You can add guacamole. You can add salsa. Whatever toppings you want, because it's Cinco de Mayo, right? So there that is. Let's taste it. Now it's hot. Don't be like me and burn your mouth, which is what I'm about to do. Start with some of the rice. And we must say grace. I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to take one grace from my favorite, Mr. Darius Cooks. Let's bow our head and say grace. Grace. And then we're going to take the other one from my other favorite, Auntie Tabitha Brown. Oh Lord, we thank you. Now, let's get into this. A little bit of everything. See that? Oh, I did that. Oh, I did that. Well, I need to finish eating. It's dinner time. Gotta fix the Devo plate too. So, I just wanted to say thank you so very much for joining me. All the ingredients will be down in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Click subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. If you have any suggestions of things that you would like to see me cook, let me know. You can hit me on my Instagram, or you can just put it in the comments of this video. I sincerely appreciate all the support. Thank you all for joining me. It's dinner time on the 6 de Mayo since we missed the Cinco. All right, thank y'all for joining me. Good night.
Natural seasonings, beautiful.